think about that? Well, hopefully they don't. Maybe they could put it on a hold for 30 days or something. Tenacity for the Truth says, have you seen how completely destroyed Patrick leg is? That's what we were talking about earlier and the other day about his, well, hopefully if it's his x-ray, yeah, it does look pretty busted up. But we don't know if we've seen his name on there, that if that's definitely his x-ray. He did explain today how he got it broken, though. Did you hear him say that?
Yes, and I keep hearing I've heard different stories along that, so I tend to wonder which is the real story.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he broke it at a concert dancing or something. But it was Patrick being Patrick, you know.
Here's a interesting comment that's not highlighted. Grimmer says, "Is this y'all's opinions? I have an opinion about this here family. I believe they were set up." Yes, this is all about opinions on this, including the opinions in the chat. So we appreciate that, and that wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Set up, but what do they mean? Set up by who and for what? Ty Mama says someone better have the money and proof of where it went, or that's going to be bad charges. Yep. That's why the police are involved in trying to find out who donated and where did they donate to, because they believe there's several areas that the money went to. And they want to collect it all. Cindy, did I say hi? She says, hello, my fellow Funkonians. I love that.
Hi, Cindy. I've got lost in the chat. I don't know where we are.
I'm reading Daniel at 724, barely. It looks like the only one helping the Whittakers now is Patrick, not the state police or social services. They don't give a crap, not do the state hospital staff in them places are horrible. Yeah, I think it's horrible in any state hospital, but the police are involved, though. I mean, Patrick can't do anything about it anymore. Only with Betty, because I think she's the only one with him now, right? All the other ones have their own place. Larry has his camper with BJ, and Kenny has his own. So Betty would be the only one staying there with him if she's staying with him. I feel so bad for them, though, that they're in a place that they don't know nothing about.
Mama said, because he's about money and he says no, but I call BS. Me too.
Yep. Token says, I talked to codes department in Beckley. The home is not condemned yet and is still standing. Yes, that's what Patrick said today as well. That's what he was talking about, it just needing some elbow grease. If anybody wants to come up and help clean. I saw that video today. You know, it must have been cut, the Ring camera, before, because I only saw the part the first time when they came to pick the three up. that when they were taking Timmy and they put him in the gurney. Remember that video? When the police came out, or the health department, or Adult Protective Services, and they took all
Right,
three of them. And then,
right. I saw. Did he post a longer video? I saw
yeah,
it.
well,
I
it was
saw
like
it.
the first half,
Oh,
where
it was shorter.
you can hear Timmy running from his house saying, Patrick, Patrick, like so clear. He was yelling out Patrick's name. And then he came up and he was trying to tell him, Mama, like something, like they're doing something to Mama or taking Mama. But it's kind of weird because in the first video, didn't it show them taking him from Patrick's house? I thought that's what I saw. Didn't you
Yes.
know?
Yeah, so who knows when that Timmy running the street was? Did you see the same vehicles on the street?
Oh,
Was the social worker,
I didn't even look at that.
people, or
Grandma,
the ambulance?
well, no, because it was before they got there. I guess they went to go pick up Timmy. Because Timmy was at Patrick's. He had ran over there to tell him what was going on at his house. Grimmer says, is this channel taking donations for the Whittakers? No, we are not. We are not taking any money up for the Whittakers, or for anyone for that matter. But no, it was while he was running from his house to tell Patrick something is going on. So there were no vehicles, no emergency vehicles there yet, until I guess they came to pick up Timmy.
Hold on, let me interrupt really quick. Grimmer, if that's what you're here for, you can leave. My ladies that's talking right now, they hold the same amount of value as Betty, Meemaw, G Wiz, or any of them. There's nobody's above anyone here. I've always stressed anybody can come on the panel and talk. If you're here for them ladies, go find them and speak with them. That's disrespectful to these two beautiful women that are talking right now. Like I'm tired of hearing about them. I don't know if I ever heard from them. I will update y'all about that. And since I haven't, that means I haven't heard anything. Okay, ladies, you can continue.
Thank you. Um, yeah, guys, we're new to the panel, but we're not here new to the channel. We've been here from the beginning as well. Um, we love the other ladies. We don't know what's going on, why they're not here. I certainly don't. So it's not fair to be mean or disrespectful towards us. We have nothing to do with it. We're here for the same reasons. We love the Whittakers, and we're trying to share their story, and any other news that comes up that we're going to talk about. That's what we're here to do. We're trying to, help everyone get on the same page. So you're welcome. Token says police talk to suspects after they investigate if they need to. The police can get your internet data without talking to you. Wow. All they need is a warrant, right? Kai Mama says, y'all, I know a man his wife was mentally not stable, and the state took her, and he was married to her, and they wouldn't tell him nothing about her nor let her come back. Oh my goodness. I wonder if he was abusing her or something. That's the thing, is I believe they took the three, Whittakers that were taken because of the not intentional neglect, but because of the neglect, like, Ray, like, why is it taking so long to get his knee looked at? Like when Mark was there, he kept asking questions about Ray's knee and should he go to the doctor and this and that. And I don't know if he ever went, but still, it wasn't taken care of until Eric and Patrick showed up, and then it wasn't Patrick that took him, it was Eric that took him. And since then, I know he was, spraying his knee, putting cream on it, but he was trying to get him more follow up, but he needed more like legal paperwork or IDs or something for Ray. But that was being worked on. But other things like neglect, as far as like, cleanliness and the proper food for nutrition, because now they're saying that Ray is now malnourished. And then you see Betty eating chips, not Betty, Lorraine eating chips all the time. I know they ate other food, but that's why they were taken, because they, of the neglect, basically. They couldn't take care of themselves, and Betty just was over her head.
Well, and I heard this on another channel, so I don't have any real proof other than my own experience and seeing Ray on camera that he was being treated for malnourishment, and I'm sure he is, because he definitely looked malnourished. Now, whether, it might have been a teeth, if they all had teeth issues, and he might not have been able to eat much of the things that were normally around the house, but he definitely was underweight and
Yeah,
unhealthy.
definitely. Yeah. I mean, that could be health issues as well. It could be his metabolism. He could have been diabetic. He could have been anything. We don't even know. But just not getting the doctor appointments and things like that. That's part
Well,
of
our
the reason.
proper nutrition, I'm sure, they weren't exactly eating healthy.
Yeah, I remember Mark saying once that they eat whatever they could get.
Right. Let's see.
Diane Frank says Patrick had stitches on his knee and his lower leg. I didn't see that. Did he show his leg?
The only time I recall seeing his leg was, again, when he was running around at Victoria's Secret with Timmy on the scooter thing, and like I said, it looked, granted, it wasn't a real clear picture and everything, but it looked more like road rash on his top of his shin, right under his knee.
Yeah.
It didn't say incision to me.
And it's a very ugly scar that you get when you first get your stitches. Well, like you said, you've been a nurse for so many years. Have you seen people that are stitched up or stapled up?
Right, it's very red and inflamed around there, even though, just from healing and,
Mm-hmm.
the extra blood and stuff going there, they're not pretty. That's for
No.
sure.
And they gather the skin before they staple it. They
Right.
gather it up and, like extra skin, so that when it does heal, and then they take the stitches out, then it's able to stretch back to like normal position. Because I've had that exact surgery. I have a rod in my leg, so it's not pretty when you first look at it. And so his would have definitely showed if you've seen him in shorts.
Yeah, he was in shorts on that scooter. Yeah, it just,
Mm-hmm.
and that was not too long after his surgery, is from on timeline, so I think it would have been more noticeable. See,
Yes.
Daniel says Patrick isn't daft. Not sure what that means. He's extremely clever, in my opinion. He probably knows the entire legal system around guardianship. Oh, well, and now it just jumped. Or power of attorney.
Toka says the governor can order Patrick and Eric to stop talking about the Whittakers. That would be good.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that hasn't already happened. I saw something on another channel tonight that I thought was kind of interesting. That now that Timmy is ward of the state, that anytime Patrick's posting all these pictures of Timmy, that he would have to have their permission to do so at this point. Don't know the law on that, but sounds rather reasonable. If they're wards of the state, that they would have to get permission from.
You're talking about to see them?
No, for know that that Patrick is still posting
Oh,
pictures and stuff
oh,
of
yeah.
Timmy on his Facebook.
Yeah, someone could do a cease and desist. If they did that, then he would have to, and they can make him take the videos down as well. Daniel says if Patrick gets Timmy back through legal channels, by channels I mean through lawyers, but that's all he said. I really don't think Patrick should or could get Timmy back because they're already questioning the inappropriate videos that he has posted with Timmy.
Right. I don't see Patrick ever getting any kind of guardianship with his past history
His record, huh?
record, with the fact that, as far as anyone can tell, he doesn't have stable income or a job other than his Facebook. It just doesn't sound like guardianship material. I
Mhm.
think they need legal guardianship. They, again, the guardian ad litem.
Yeah.
Somebody that can have their best interest
Hmm.
without any monetary connection.
Does anyone else want to come up on the panel and share opinions, facts, and truth, and being respectful?
Yeah.
Pam D says, well, Patrick should start tomorrow on building a house. He can't even
Right.
clean a toilet. He's not going to build a house.
TG Chicago said Patrick has no walls, etc., in his place, a lengthy criminal record, etc. He will not get guardianship. Right.
No, no, he won't. Even if he's a felon, which I've kind of heard that he was, he's an ex-felon for some reason. Was who were they talking about had like a how do you say it, like I don't want to say it wrong, but like a sexual kind of predator thing on their record?
I think that was Patrick, and I don't think it was like a sexual assault type thing. I think it was something to do with his previous uh, ex-wife or something, maybe. But I don't remember exactly.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody else? Does
They
anybody
said
else
like
in the
he was a
chat
sexual
remember?
predator or something, I heard.
It could be. Let's see. D. Someone says, did anyone catch how Patrick stated yes, there is a contract. The Whittakers get 1/3 of all earnings off of 7 platforms, but he didn't admit he gets a third as well. Yes, I did notice that, which also makes me question how much of that is true. I mean, I keep hearing that there was some kind of contract, but originally I heard that that was only on the Whittaker's channel. I having a hard time believing that the contract includes all of Eric's other channels that have nothing to, I don't know. I not on all the platforms they are, but
I don't
can't.
know because Eric did say all the money was going to them, and then Patrick says a third of the money is going to them. So I think they're speaking on their own channels.
Well, no, Patrick specifically said that it was talking about all 7 platforms, and that Patrick himself is only ownership of one of those
One,
platforms,
right.
meaning the rest were basically Eric's. Is the gist I got.
Chris, we're not sure about that. Chris says, are they renting the property where they have been living? I'm not sure if we've ever really established. I think they were paying rent to
Correct.
someone.
That's my understanding where they are currently living, that they owned the trailer, but they were
The
paying
land.
rent on the property.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess I heard today, I guess Mark was the one who paid the taxes. Remember we were talking about that the other day, who paid the taxes or were they paid on the property? Mark had paid up all the taxes.
Right, but that's been kind of a while ago, right? I mean, taxes have come due again since then, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he did that to catch them up. Maybe they've been paying since then. I don't know. Maybe that's where all their money goes.
Annette Gabriel says a guardian ad litem would only be applicable if they were back on the outside, not in a facility. They would have no money to manage in a facility. Well, I thought guardian ad litems did more than just manage money. I've had some experience with a guardian ad litem. And they also will recommend what is the best thing for that person as far as placement or who should get guardianship or
Mhm.
those types of things. Not just guardian over their funds.
Oh, so that means guardian over the funds, or like a temporary guardianship over the individuals.
Well, a guardian ad litem, my understanding is that they really don't have control. What they do is basically talk to all the parties involved and then make a decision on what is in the best interest of that person.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they should go back home with Betty, whether they should be in a facility with 24-hour care or what.
Yeah. And for sure they're going to be investigated, so I doubt that they would give that position to Patrick. Daniel says police won't get receipts. Not going to happen. If everyone who donated send their receipts, what does that prove? Prove donators wouldn't want to stress and worry of admitting that they sent money.
Well,
I
I don't know
mean,
about that. I've seen quite a few people who want to know where exactly their money went since it didn't go to the Whittakers.
right. They would probably want to get their money back.
Right. I've seen a lot of people who want their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Someone says Mark has a GoFundMe set up for when Larry's trailer burnt down. There's a video of it. That's GoFundMe still exists. I thought that all.
He took it down.
Yeah, that was taken down, and all that money was already given to the Whittakers. That ended up mostly to
Yeah, I don't
BJ.
think he has any money of theirs anymore.
No.
Chris says, I thought they just owned the property across the road. Yes, that is the only property that they own. As far as we know, that's all that's been mentioned.
Daniel says the problem with Eric is he's given up with the Whittakers, in my opinion, and by doing this, it makes him look bad and guilty if he continued and went about fighting for custody of Timmy. I don't know that Eric has given completely up. Now he has definitely taken the smarter road and hasn't been all over YouTube. He has stopped posting on YouTube, and I know on his Facebook page anything about it. But on the other hand, I really wouldn't blame him, because Eric in the very beginning, I mean, he talked about being very concerned because of what happened with Soft White Underbelly and all the money there, that he didn't want the same thing to happen this
Right.
time around.
Mhm.
And when he basically saw that the same thing was happening this time around, he was like, I'm out. Which, I mean, I can't blame him there. You can only, when you're trying to help somebody and they sit there and lie to your face multiple times, you just like Mark was done because he was constantly lied to.
Exactly. And I completely understand that. Daniel says, if the police want everyone or whoever to come forward, in my opinion, is an unrealistic approach, as a lot of donators don't want to put themselves in an awkward or drastic position. I wanted to say something today. First of all, we need to get those likes up, guys, because a little birdie told me that there might be some dancing coming on. We might get a dance show today, but Funky has to let us know what the details are. We might get some new moves coming if there was some practicing last night or today. And Funky said that there was going to be a video today that he was going to be dancing. Did anybody see that?
No.
I didn't either.
I did see some videos of Funky, but I saw no dancing.
No dancing.
No dancing.
I think he owes us something.
I'm sure he owes us something.
What's going on, Funky? What's really going on? We got to get those likes up, guys. We got to push the algorithm out so people can see Funky dancing.
Let's see. Chris says, Chris, I would really love you to at least come on up for a minute and tell me how to pronounce your last name correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to call you Chris from now on. Looks, because I know I've totally destroyed your name multiple times. Looks like to me the owner of the land should be responsible for the trailer not having septic. Well, my understanding is that the owner of the land is literally just renting the land, and that trailer was bought by the Whittakers and planted there. So I'm not sure that the landowner even knows that the trailer doesn't have septic, because the landowner is like a LLC or something that I don't even know is in the area. Let's see. TG.
Gosh, you would think that they would know, though, right? If you're the owner and you're renting something out to somebody.
Well, if you're just literally renting the grass,
land.
I mean, has that LLC ever even been there and seen this trailer that they put on it? I don't know.
I don't know.
TG Chicago says Eric lives in Georgia, has his own family to tend to. Him leaving West Virginia was long overdue. Right, he needed to get back to his family. I agree.
Yes. Token says, did you see the guy in the chat asking when he was going to pay him? No, I don't know who you're talking about actually, or what chat. Lady FS77 says, Grimmer, I support Funky.
Oh, you jumped way up again, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know why my thing keeps jumping. I'm on 738.
It does that.
It's like I'm going down on the chat and then it jumps back up and then I get lost.
Right. No, it does that.
Dirt Track Fan 1 says, I don't think Larry has his own place anymore. He has made reference to Ray and Lorraine keeping